The subconscious ego. The subconscious mind, or universal mind, is somewhat separated from the wake mind. However, they all work in harmony to create your experience. For purposes here, the subconscious mind may be more related to the assumptions and expectations that are not present in the cognitive process when it comes to perceiving experiences, associations, and actions we make. Sometimes actions that required much training make their way to the subconscious. A good example is in martial arts. After a certain point, one does not focus so much on how they stand, how they kick, or how they defend. Those actions have become second nature through focused practice and intent. The ability to speak may also be considered somewhat subconscious. Yes, we take several years to speak, but once you know the language and it becomes second-hand nature, you no longer need to practice. The same is true for walking and riding a bicycle. Hence the saying, it's like riding a bike. Almost all aspects of thought become categorized in a subconscious mind. Categorizations limit one's ability to make greater connections. Tree branches of knowledge. Information may attach itself to tree branches of knowledge, and so concepts and ideologies become inseparable to the cognitive mind. At the same time, other concepts grow further and further from each other to the point where there is no overlap. A quick example of items or flows becoming attached could be getting to work. Depending on your typical method of travel, the idea alone of getting to work involves a car, traffic, buying gas, and etc. There are millions of ways to get to work. You could walk, jog, ride a bicycle, and even fly a helicopter. Once the process has become routine, it becomes solidified. Programmed subconscious. Therefore, you may see how all of our minds become subconsciously programmed through our daily experiences. This is primarily the result of media, propaganda, and cultural expectations. Be aware of the marketing and media you watch. Modern society is geared towards control and making money, and so most of everything you see being projected by another is simply an attempt to market and make money. They are not really true to the natural flow of creation. For example, people become attached to logos and brands because of this. They may even prefer an inferior product. Marketing may be one of the most dangerous inventions in modern society. It has the ability to make you feel as if you do not have value, or on the other hand, make you feel as if you are more valuable than the person next to you. This ultimately leads to societies becoming completely out of tune with reality. It really doesn't make any sense for everyone to have perfect grass in their yards. In short, if we all had gardens that produced food, the world would be a little bit different. Expand that thinking to all other aspects of society, and you see that most societies are not sustainable. Yet we are guided to believe this is success. What does this have to do with dreaming and projected futures? Our dream state, somewhat guided by the subconscious, is constantly working with the fluid of the less dense realms of the lower verse. Awareness of your subconscious assumptions and expectations is key for returning to zero and guiding the flow of your creation. Assumptions and expectations. Our assumptions and expectations start reorganizing the light state from the greatest reaches of our influence. It is a synchronization of thoughts and wills that have been projected from a lower verse realm that then interact with ours. As we return to dreamland, referring to the theta and delta brainwaves, these need to pack properly with the incoming energy. This is the moment we begin to dream. It is almost as if our subconscious minds create the fabric of this dreamland and that the subconscious ways take charge. Meaning, like a trained martial artist that has learned to instinctually avoid kicks and punches, the actions you make in dreams are not consciously controlled. It is almost like an autopilot may have been turned on. This is the time when you have most effect on the incoming flow of creation, and therein lies the importance of proper subconscious trainings. Training the subconscious. Training the subconscious mind to let go of preconceived notions and reprogramming for desired results is possible. Like learning a new style of martial arts, you must first become aware of your footing, in this case, referring to the root of the thought process. Once the root of the thought is consciously perceived, it is possible to retrain the mind to see possibilities in another way. If not lucid, the subconscious mind will guide your dreams. The physics of love, synchronicity, shows how postures may solidify when maintained in delusion. If you are always late, that will become solidified into the subconscious. Take a deep look at the self. Why am I always late? What is the root of it? Once identified, take logical steps to change the thought process to more of, I'll be late if I do this. This also gives insight into the fractals of potentiality based on the choices we make and increase your overall level of awareness. Lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is the ability to be awake in your dream. It is the ability to control all aspects such as location, characters, and more. You can literally fly with no technology and visit places you've never been. There are many degrees to the lucidity of a dream. The most advanced practitioners may find solutions to problem, and true learning may occur too. There are many practices for lucid dreaming. A key aspect is having your energy properly harmonized into dreamland. The closer you are to your golden spot, the more lucid your dreams will become. The more lucid your dreams are, the more power you will have to influence the natural drifting of energy along the habitable spiral of perception. In short, you want to be in the faucet of creation when heading into dreamland. If not, your awake mind will turn off and the subconscious mind will take over and guide you towards the laminar flow. It is the removal of ego that allows for the drifting of your energy to properly harmonize with the lower verse realm while synchronizing with the future. Learning in dreams. Once lucid dreaming is mastered, you may undergo several types of experiences. It is possible to get a glance of future events, revisit past events, and even learn new arts and skills. It is a playground where virtually anything is possible. It is even possible to interact with people or beings of various densities. This includes the departed. Understanding that dreamland is not physical is important. It is in a metaphysical plane where our body's shape and form are a function of the subconscious or lucid mind. Time dilations may also occur, which also allow dreams to last longer at times. Messages across civilizations. Dreamland is a function of brain harmony with the incoming state of the physical world. When stemming from a point of zero in a lucid dream, you may meet with others at ease. You may coordinate meeting locations, pass information, and more. It is somewhat like a natural metaverse. At the same time, those that are listening to the flows of the lower verse may gather similar information stemming from it. This may be how people or civilizations discover concepts and technologies somewhat simultaneously, even though thousands of miles apart. Lucidity may also occur when in meditations and during out-of-body experiences. The future now is not our future. One thing to note when looking into the past or the future is that it may not be the flow that your experience has passed through or is headed towards. Call it the 99% most probable past or future. This is because we experience time in a linear fashion, whereas when you are looking through time, you are looking at the greater now. This means that as your experience drifts inwards towards that location of experience, events may change based on delusions that are being held. Erosion caused by fluid flow. Consider it a sort of erosion based on the inward drifting of energy. As projections of mind synchronize to create a physical experience, personal delusions may cause erosion within the laminar flow. An easy way to think of it is as in a river. Consider yourself to be a drop of water that is caught in the current. During a lucid meditation, it may be like you are floating above the river and able to see the path that your water will take. However, there is still 4D time that must pass before it is experienced by the self. During that time, much water may pass by and cause erosion in the place you looked. A fish could swim by and move a rock. Someone on the other side of the river can toss a stone into it, and countless other events may transpire to make it so that the path of the fluid changes. It is true within the river of time as well. We are constantly subject to the changing texture of the vortex based on the pebbles that are tossed in by the beings of various densities. This makes seeing the exact future or past of your 4D manifestation almost impossible. Juggling the fluid. With every push is a pull, and with every pull is a push. This is an extremely important concept to understand when creating within the vortex. Yes, we may reach our goals, but with what consequences? Creation stemming from offset bodies will not last. This highlights the importance of returning to zero after every action of mind, body, and spirit. Great alignments in relationship to conscious perception. What is the importance of being at zero during a perceptual alignment? Why does it matter? What we notice from the circadian rhythm is that we follow a 24-hour orbit. As we move towards the lower verse, we tend to go into a dream state, referring to the delta and theta waves of conscious perception. People that are at their zero will properly harmonize into dreamland and be lucid during the process. During great alignments of conscious perception, which roughly occurs every 2,000 years, our experience will be tugged even further into dreamland. This implies that people that are not near their golden spots will fall asleep or spiral into delusions as they harmonize into these new realms. How many unique minds exist? Although we are all unique individuals, we all stem from the original thought. All our pacing motions may be a result of the original projection, drifting inwards from the most outer regions, creating distortions as it passes through the layers of conscious perception. Like the many minds of the individual cells that make the body, we are the mind of it all. All pacings are a result of the original mind.